Hello friends, welcome back to Animation Station's Halloween for Day 12. I'm not sure if any of you know this, but I'm a Nick kid. I grew up watching Nickelodeon a lot as a kid back in the early 2000s when they were pretty high quality during Cartoon Network in their ratings, but because of this, I also saw a lot of dark episodes too. Only rule is that I'll include only two that I previously talked about all the way back in Day 2 to avoid too much repetition, and when those two do appear on this list, it'll be very brief since I already talked about them at length there, so without any more delay, it's time to check out the top 10 darkest Nickelodeon episodes. I'm watching football at the same time, so I'm trying to rush this, so apologies if I stutter a lot. Number 10 is Invaders Dark Harvest. Case in point, this will be brief. Sim harvests organs to make himself more human and turns into a slasher villain that picks off survivors one by one. Enough said. Number 9, Rocko's Modern Life to Heck and Back. Rocko is a great cartoon that really pushed the boundaries of what Nickelodeon shows could get away with, and this is a good example. In this episode, Heffer chokes on a chicken bone and is sent to Heck to face the repercussions of his actions. This is a pretty dark episode of Rocko because Heffer temporarily dies and goes to hell to face the repercussions of his past actions and bad habits. A great episode, but pretty dark. Number 8, Rugrats Chucky's Wonderful Life. The episode that Very Odd Parents very badly ripped off. This is a pretty good episode of Rugrats, but oh gosh is it dark. Chucky is taken through what the world would be like if he never existed, such as a homeless Tommy and a gluttonous Angelica. And the fact that these are babies makes this incredibly dark. But again, it's also one of the show's best episodes at the same time. Number 7, My Life as a Teenage Robot, The Return to Raggedy Android. This episode just barely missed my disturbing episodes list. Jenny is taken over by an entity to give her human skin, then starts to twist and bend her mind to turn her into a 50s housewife against her will. Watching this thing bend Jenny's mind, is incredibly unsettling. I apologize for keeping off of that previous list, and I hope that I finally did it justice for the show's fans right here. Number 6, Mr. Meaty, the Mooch Master. This episode is about the main character getting a tapeworm, then giving it away to somebody else after it being fished out of his mouth. Need I say more? Number 5 is TMNT 2012, Race with the Demon. I know people were probably expecting Buried Secrets to be here, but this is the one that I found the most dark. Donnie is eaten by a mutant car and turned into a horrific monster, and it's up to Casey to get him back by defeating the Speed Demon in a race. This episode has stakes, scares, character development, and a whole lot of darkness. A personal favorite of mine from this phenomenal cartoon. Hope to talk about it again someday. Number 4, Danny Phantom, Doctor's Disorders. I can't talk about Ultimate Enemy again, so I went with the second darkest. Students start showing ghost powers, so Danny and his friends sneak into a hospital only to discover that it's a plot from Penelope Spector and Bernard to spread ghost bugs to infect the entire world. The fact that they can give people ghost powers like Danny's through just a simple ghost bug bite is pretty dark. Imagine the school bully having that kind of power. Yeah. One of the darkest episodes and one of the best from the best cartoon ever created. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. Number 3, Avatar The Last Airbender, The Puppet Master. No list of this topic is complete without this infamous episode of Avatar. It's been talked to death though, so I'll keep it brief. This episode is about the sick and twisted art of bending the blood in someone to do whatever you want against their will. I don't think I need to say more to justify putting it on the list, do I? Didn't think so. Number 2, SpongeBob SquarePants Krabby Patty Creature Feature. I love this episode. SpongeBob both parodies and pays homage to Night of the Living Dead, and it works surprisingly well. The intense body horror scenes, the darker tone, and genuine scares really make this episode work on every level. It's truly one of the best episodes of the entire show and one of the absolute darkest. And number 1, unsurprisingly, Legend of Korra, Venom and the Red Lotus. It was number 1 on that previous list for a reason. I know I've talked about it before, but there's not been an episode as dark from Nickelodeon or any other network than this. Forceful torture till someone is broken physically and emotionally is as dark as cartoons have ever gone or will ever go. It remains the most disturbing cartoon episode, and is now also the hands-down darkest Nickelodeon episode. While Nickelodeon nowadays is pretty sanitized and safe, it still sneaks a dark episode that pushes the boundaries every now and then. Nickelodeon may never be as good as it used to be back then, but I'll still cherish those fond memories that they gave me to remember them by. Shows like SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, Drake and Josh, Rugrats, Rocco, and most recently Glitch Tags are what I'll remember Nickelodeon for, not the stupid crap that they put out after. And I hope that one day they relight that creative fire and turn back into their glory days. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and until day 13, have a spooky day. Take care. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the Saints game.